All right, let's do this, dude.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna switch my whole system. Choking. Haha.
That was hilarious. I almost didn't have a mental breakdown.
Speaking of broke. Oh, sorry. Are we recording still?
We are recording.
Wait, it's been recording all this time, by the way. It's got every
I know that.
5 minutes of cursing.
So then let's go.
All right. Well, welcome back to Countdown 2 podcast. I'm your co-host, Drew. I'm in my 40s, live in the Pacific Northwest, and I still can't grow a full beard.
Hi, everyone. Where are you getting this from? It's like you wrote this down, and you normally were like, hey, I'm Drew, I'm Leighton, and we're brothers. Anyways. Okay, let's start this again because it's just throwing me off.
Spitting truth. Who are you?
No, we're starting over. Go.
Hi, welcome back. My name's Jeff. I get to watch my brother have a nervous breakdown.
We haven't wasted 40 minutes or anything. No one else has appointments after this. Let's go.
Wow.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to Countdown 2 podcast. I'm your co-host, Drew.
And I'm Leighton.
You always say, and
why?
We're brothers.
Yes, but then you were like, they can see us.
I was waiting for you to go.
Oh my God, I know. I don't want to do this anymore.
This is how this is the last Countdown 2
this is how
episode.
School shooters.
Whoa, what?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay, so welcome back to the Countdown Podcast. I am your co-host, Drew.
And I'm Leighton, and we're brothers.
And sometimes we fight. No, we bicker. I don't know. Whatever. It's cool. It always happens when there's technical difficulties. Or just difficulties.
Okay, well, let's go into the podcast.
Let's do this, man. So, hey, we are at... It's not season 2. I was trying to think of this. It's not season 2. It's just a new countdown because we closed out our old countdown.
Yep.
If you can remember. We went to Moab. That was...
Mm-hmm.
Are you on your meds? Have you had your pain meds yet?
Oh, I need them.
Maybe.
Anyway, we went to Moab. It was a great, successful trip. If you haven't been following along, I broke my collarbone on a feature, and yeah, now I had surgery 2 days ago, and I'm healing. And now we're moving on to the next phase 2 of our next countdown.
Yep. And I in Moab got a sunburn and was really it hurt to put on shirts.
You had a hard time sleeping.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel your pain. Because of my sunburn.
And you never let me forget it the whole trip.
Well, I mean, after yes. So we had the count. So basically, I mean, this podcast, just a real quick recap. This podcast is for those who, like us, probably started out working out later on in life. We just didn't grow up athletes. We relied on our youth for, being healthy, so to speak. And then as we gotten older, me with being in my 40s and feeling my age, and you with depression and all the above, we were just like, man, we need some life changes. And so we, got together and we're like, well, how do we do this? And so we started working out together. You in your state of Northern California, me in my state of Washington, and really keeping each other accountable. And then as we went along, we started learning things together, things that really helped us in our late age of this. And so, yeah, so from that, we've always wanted to start a podcast, but didn't feel we were ready yet. But from that, we're like, man, I think we could really help people that are like us who are really wanting to had a transition in life change. I mean, it's not just for that, but that's kind of our target audience. And
basically, we came up with small, attainable goals, something to work towards, and we could reverse engineer on how to get to those goals. Hence, countdown too.
yes. And so our last one was we wanted the big goal of riding Moab and riding it well, being healthy and fit, and all that stuff for it. So leading up to that, we had several. We had about 90 days of conditioning and all that, mentally, physically, I don't know, spiritually as well. And leading up to that, and it was great. Unfortunately, you broke your arm or collarbone. And that's just something that happens with this kind of sport. But this is not just for mountain biking. Our goal was just mountain biking because we love to do that. And so now we're moving on to the next countdown. Do you want to lead us into that?
Sure, yeah. So normally after 90 days, we try to meet up and celebrate. And so we were looking at, depending on my healing, we were looking at going to Donnieville in Northern California, an amazing set of trails. It's about 15 miles, 5,000 feet descent. We've done it before a couple years ago. So, but in the meantime, we have a couple goals that we want to hit, and mine obviously is the healing of my collarbone. I'm kind of doing everything I can to make it a successful heal because I do CrossFit. I love overhead presses. I love shoulder movements. So I'm really trying to do this right. And with that is eating well, actual adequate rest. And before Moab, I had gone back and forth between between Moab and summer hits officially, do I want to lift more and really pack on some more muscle? But I've been doing that for so long that I feel like it's become a crutch, that lifting has become a crutch to avoiding what I really should be focusing on is losing body fat. Like, I feel like you and I have always been called skinny fat, to where we're pretty skinny, but we hold everything in our tummies and love handles. And so I've been avoiding that for years. And for this next one, I decided, like, all right, I'm going to actually tackle it. And then after my accident, I was like, hey, that's perfect, because the main things for losing fat is going to be a calorie deficit and walking and zone 2 exercises. So I can still do those things. So that's going to be my main goal, fitness wise, is trying to tone up a little bit before summer officially hits.
Get your bikini body.
Yep. Looking
the mental
great.
Picture I just got was cringe.
You're welcome.
Worthy.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I mean, awesome. That's what.
Yes, there you go.
Well, no, I mean, like I like your moving forward, because you could easily, and nobody would blame you, just kind of not quit, but just like, oh, I'm bowing out. I broke my collarbone. It's any movement I do is gonna aggravate that area, and so I just want to say, way to go for just going, hey, this happens, crap happens, and I can't do this and this, but I'm going to pivot to this and change up this kind of thing. So kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. This was definitely a lesson that I could get from it, versus it's not a setback. It's just something else I need to learn.
Now, okay. Sorry, real quick on that note, I've broken 5 things,
a lot.
5 things before.
Yeah.
And I have that perspective, like, oh, this is a great lesson, right? My question to you, and this is rhetorical, but my question to you is, like, did we have to break things to learn what we got to learn?
Right. Yeah.
Are we so thick-headed or something? It's like, can I learn this? Actually, this is probably more my wife speaking. Can you learn this without breaking yourself? But
true.
Yeah. No, it happens.
It does.
So
yeah.
No, and I mean, like, so in the past, like Moab being our goal last time, that was both our goals. So we had very much, the same kind of method to get to that goal. This time around, we're kind of mixing up a little bit to where you've got your goals, I've got my goals. When we compared notes, it's like, oh, these are very similar. So like you want healing of your collarbone in 45 days. I want to get a bit more muscle mass for myself. Like you said, we've always been skinny fat. And then as time went on for myself in particular, I started getting pear-shaped, which, I mean, is really sexy, to say the least.
Definitely the sexiest fruit.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I was going to go on a tangent. But anyways, but so my goal is to just tone up, get some muscle mass. But I too, as well, want to lose the belly fat, and so finding that balance between how to get the muscle mass ish. I think I more want to tone up than necessarily muscle mass. But yeah, definitely lose the inner tube or the tire around. So I'll be joining you in that. Cool. And then we've got some goals for the podcast. One, I think, is a new goal for our podcast is to figure out the technology, because every time we get in, it's like, oh, there's this issue or that issue, and we're fine tuning it to where, well, hopefully we're fine tuning it to where it's easy, just plug and go. But for some reason, we've added exterior cameras, we've added mics for better sound, but in that's resulting new problems. So there's that, but also you and I put down, we want to get some partnerships for the podcast.
Yes.
You were going to say?
Yeah. Just brands that we believe in, that we want to work with, that we want to share their mission that's similar to ours. Yeah.
I'm sure they have the same target audience as we do, because our number one thing is that we will not, and I'm just saying, we will not do advertisements of, a lot of the podcasts will get, I don't even know what it's called, but advertisements from outside sources, and it just interrupts so much. It's not on point. It's not even, the same targeted audience per se. And it's just disruptive. Like I remember listening to one, and it's like, I was really into this podcast, and then all of a sudden the commercials, I hate commercials, come up, and it's just like, wow, okay, I'm turning this off. So we don't ever want to do that. We won't do that, but we would like some support with the podcast from partners that we believe in. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, both of us are going to be working on that, reaching out to certain people. If you guys have anyone or if you guys would like to work with us or have anyone in mind, reach out to us. We are available, Facebook, Instagram. It's pretty easy to get a hold of us.
And we're pretty cool guys. I mean, I think we're easy to work with. Yeah. And I mean, I like him. I think he likes me. So win-win.
I mostly love you, and I usually like you. So
oh wow, okay.
I think that's brotherhood.
There was times at Moab where I'm just like, ooh, I'm hitting some nerves on Layden. I was like, I gotta back off, stop being older brother.
What was really funny was right after I crashed, air is gone, knocked the wind out of myself, and I'm trying to. You finally got me up. You were great. You helped me a lot, and you kept me calm. But immediately you were like, "Oh, I think I found your next countdown." You're like, "You jerk." Well, no, I literally was, and you were like, "Too soon," and I was like, "No, that was really funny," and I was actually thinking the same exact thing. And you're like, "Okay, cool." So,
did it? Was it helpful for you that when you wrecked and you're trying to catch your breath, that I cradled you, kind of rocked you back and forth?
You carried me 3 miles and our bikes.
No, I definitely carried your crap for 3 miles.
Yeah, you did carry my crap for 3 miles, but yes, that did help. Thank you so much. But anyway, so we're going to be working with partnership. And then do you want to get into our long-term
Yeah,
countdown
so
for our next trip?
yeah, but I do want you to chime in on it as well because obviously you have your mission and goals on it. It
Yeah.
could be the same but different. But anyway, so again, this is not a mountain bike podcast, but it's goals, reaching for big goals that you want to achieve, bigger than you feel like you've been able to do in the past, whatever the case may be. For us, mountain biking is those things. And we both ride a mountain bike brand called Yeti. They're based out of Golden, Colorado. And they put on events each year, and the big events, like 3-day events. So we're like, why not do like a year-long countdown to where we'll still do the short 90-day one because it's very important for the sake of accomplishing mini goals that add up to a big one, but also keeps you engaged and stuff like that, because they're shorter, focuses. And but this one is 3 days riding in Colorado this year. I think it's in Telluride, but each year they kind of shift around different parts of Colorado, as well as internationally. But I think we're going to stick to the local one. And so our goal in 2026, because we need some time to really get up to the riding that they are doing. I think it's about 25 miles a day for 3 days. Elevation gain is ridiculous.
Like 3,000 feet each day.
Yeah.
Just not what you and I are downhill mountain bikers, and we can climb, but we thrive for the downhill. And so, 30 miles each day with 3,000 plus feet of climbing. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, but my butt already hurts just thinking about it. All that saddle time. So that sounds weird. I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's that's both of our goals. So I think it's gonna be like July, August, somewhere in there of 2026 is our goal. So I'm somewhat excited for it, but it's so far out. It's hard to be excited.
Yeah, but with that, we can also create a lot of short-term goals on the way to make that longer goal more attainable. Because we could go and survive it, but we want to have fun. We don't want to be exhausted, dying the whole time. We want to have a blast and hang out with a bunch of people.
And
share our story.
What I've learned too is like I don't want to spend the next 4 months recouping from something like that either. Because I've done that plenty of times. I ran Hood to Coast, which was an event in Pacific Northwest that I trained for, but not very. I didn't have that much time to train for, and man, it took me months to recover from, and I don't want to do that. I hate that. So.
Yeah, no, and we're not going to do that.
Yeah, no,
because we've learned how to train for stuff, and a lot of this, if you haven't been keeping up with the podcast, if you're fairly new, we love mountain biking. We wanted to make mountain biking better. So these were ways that we encouraged each other, found habits along the way, and then also in the broader picture, it fixed our relationships with our families, with each other, our own health, and being better partners, being better parents. So this is not just to become a better mountain biker or a better athlete, because we are not necessarily athletes. But this is like just how to be a better man, a better person, and just also be generally happier. Like we've both suffered from depression. It's hard for me to relate to depression anymore because of how far away I am from it now because of what we've done by doing this together, which is just amazing that I could even say that, because I used to just live and thrive in depression.
Yeah.
Sure. I hid there and used it as a crutch and excuse, and it's very real. It's very painful. It's very hard to get out of. And so we have invited you guys to come along with us of what has helped us. and create your own goals, and we'll be along your journey as well.
Yeah, well, and it's amazing how for us when we decided to work out and get in shape, how much of those things, other things, did come on board because success, begot success, or however you want to say it, where it's just like you're cleaning up and toning up and whatever one part of your life, all of a sudden other parts of your life start to come on board or come online too, because it's hard in my experience. It's hard to be successful here and not over here. It's like you're raising the bar here, other areas of your life are going to start raising up to that too in a natural way. I mean, you still got to work at it and stuff like that, but it's kind of synergistic in that sense. So it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. And I mean, even with this one, even with our countdown to Yeti gathering, the year-long one, I'm even expecting like a financial piece to come online with that, because I mean, it's not a cheap event. I think it's over $3,000 per person. Flights, all the above, getting there, all that stuff. It takes a chunk of change, but as we work towards goals, other things start coming online too. So I'm kind of excited for like, oh, how financially is this going to come on board to be able to fund a trip like this? And not like you say with the physical side, like we could do this now, but we're going to be paying for it later. Financially, we could do this now and put it on credit cards, but yeah, we'll be paying for that later, kind of thing. So
we want to be more responsible than that and just lean away from the credit side. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a great goal. It's going to be really fun. I think it's also like, because Moab was a big goal that we set just a while ago towards the beginning of our getting healthy journey, because it had inspired me to change my life. And then it's just different than this next goal. Like, it's still mountain biking. It's still a long, because the trail did was 30 miles. One of us didn't do all of it, but but it was all downhill. It was tech, it was rocky, and it was amazing. And I'm editing our video for it, and I'm like, I want to go back so bad, keep riding, because it was so fun. But this was going to be so different. We're going to be in forest, trees, climbing. It's going to be just a whole new area of us getting fit, which is really exciting.
Well,
and it will. Real quick, and an area we've ignored for so long too, of endurance climbing. We've gotten better. We've gotten better at it throughout the years, but yeah, we have stuck to what we like and what is comfortable. And so this is and we've gotten better in the last couple of years of being comfortable, being uncomfortable. And so this is that next phase of uncomfortableness, to where we can really challenge ourselves and grow and just be killer climbers.
Well, no, I actually, I must be getting older, because I actually sort of enjoy the climbs now, because when I have a successful climb, it's like, oh gosh, I'm in shape. I used to not be able to do this, kind of thing. And it makes that much better for the downhill, even, like, because there's always the fear of like, oh, I'm wasting all my energy climbing. But I've got a circuit that I do around here where it's 2,000 feet elevation climb, and it's really fast. It's steep. It's fast elevation gain. And so it's steep, and so I'm grinding. And when I got to the top, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so stinking tired. Man, I hit the downhill, because what goes up must come down, right? And and man, I had so much energy. It was just like, this is beautiful. Okay, this changed my mindset of that. Also, about this event, one thing that's cool that we've never experienced either is we'll be with people doing the same thing. That's our whole focus. I mean, they got games, they've got you all eat together, you all play together, there's bonfires and parties and all this stuff like that, and also the beautiful thing is they're all old like us, or older like us.
Yes, no.
They're all dentists. No. Yetis are known to be more expensive bikes, so usually even there's jokes about only dentists and doctors own them. So we are neither of those. We're just
no. Well, and to play on what you were saying before, definitely we've gotten better. That's what I mean that we've gotten better at climbing, because same here, like the local trails around here, I can climb to the top, and I've gotten to a point where I'm like, oh, that was a great warm up, instead of I'm dead for the downhill. But we're also not climbing 3,000 feet and 30 miles every day or whatever, So it'll extend our goal. It'll extend it even further. So, but yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I'm excited.
Sounds like you kind of poo-pooed my 2,000 foot elevation gain.
I did not. Sorry. Well, we're not doing it every day, and it's not 30 miles. So I'm just kidding. Anyways, no, that climb you've always been a better climber than me, and it's been that I know that climb that you're talking about, and it's very steep, very impressive.
Okay, correction. I've only been a better climber than you because I climb more than you.
Yeah.
I put it.
Duh.
Well, I mean, I practice it. I train for it, all that stuff like that. You haven't. I mean, just because you want to do more downhill. I used to be like that. As well. Yeah.
Well, and you have a cycling background too. Like you've cycled a lot, like regular road biking before getting into mountain biking.
Counts.
So
I really don't feel like that plays into
you. I know, but you have ridden the 200 miles from Seattle to Portland. Like I'm not going to say I could never do that. I'm just saying like that blows my mind.
I was young and dumb.
And now you're just old.
Old.
I'm just kidding. Dumb.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. Anyway.
Oh man.
All right. So anyway, we've talked to.
Hold on. I'm waiting for a comeback. I'm working on a comeback.
Yeah. Well, take your time. I'll be here for another 10 minutes or so.
Well, yeah. Well.
Anyways.
Yeah. So that's our. And actually, hey, I was just thinking, what would be cool, being that this is the Yeti ride is a longer goal of ours. It'd be cool to get somebody else to go with us.
Yeah.
Somebody that from point A to point B wants to transform their life, wants to join. I mean, because I even posted this on our goal on Mountain Ops Facebook page. And I had a guy who's just like, dude, you're doing it this year or next year? And I was like, next year. And he's like, all right, I'm going. And I'm like,
dude, that would be so sick.
As many people as we can go. I mean, because that's what we're all about is like, and that's kind of why we wanted to start certain things, is because we're not the jocks. We're not the meatheads. We're not these people that when we first started our journey, I think you've spoke to this in the past as well, is you were like, I can't relate with these certain people.
Douchebags?
I mean, I just was using certain people that are out there who are just like, hey, man, it's easy. Just go hard, train hard. And I'm not poo-pooing their mission and their goals and stuff like that, but it just wasn't ours. And for people that are just starting out in their 40s or late 30s or mid 30s like you, where it's like, okay, I can't relate to that. I might as well give up, or I'm not getting the same results as they are, or whatever the case may be. I might as well give up. And our whole goal is just like, no, man, let's walk this journey together, and celebrate in the victories. I don't care if it's a 5-pound scale victory or if it's like, wow, I can actually see one ab. Let's celebrate together and work hard together and go from point A to point B together. I mean, that's our whole desire is to. Otherwise we're just up here talking to each other, which we could do that without being on a podcast. So,
yeah. Well, and here's the thing, like, we're not here to like, let's get ripped. Let's get as buff as we can. We're here to fix the engine, to fix our hearts, to fix our minds, to fix our disciplines, our focus, the depression that is the cog in that wheel, like that messes all that up. I have met strong, in shape people who are terrible people, they're jerks. They're assholes. They're full of themselves. Like they're conceited.
How do you know that's not
what
my goal?
I mean? Like Stop talking. I have outperformed people who were ripped at like Tough Mudders, and I was not in even close to a shape that they are. This is about the mental drive. This is where I crash and I get up and I immediately like, what lesson do I have to learn from this? Versus it just making me like, oh, I suck and I'm never writing again. And because that's something that would kill me forever. I could stay in bed and be upset for months because of this, because I got set back. No, this is another drive through. This is another drive for me to get through. This our podcast, our mission is just how to be uh your brain, your heart in shape, and to where you are safe with your family, you're safe for others, you're protecting others, you're protecting yourself, and you're not a menace to society. And with that, you get in shape too,
Yeah.
which is really nice. Like,
Well,
and we still have goals that we want to work on for ourselves. But like, I can walk around happy, stoked who I am.
yeah, and I'm happy for who you are too. Stoked. No, I mean,
you.
just like we've said it before, it's like our focus is the journey. And because life's going to throw everything at you regardless, and the journey is about what you do in when it does. I mean, life's not perfect, and we can't have a plan from plan A to plan B to be at a certain spot without any issues, because just life happens, and especially nowadays there's so much uncertainty, so much things we can't control. I was talking to my wife about this the other day. I was just like, oh, I try not to get too much into the news or social media, blah, blah, blah. But it pops up and it's everywhere right now. And I'll start to get like overwhelmed. Like, oh my gosh, like, why even try anymore? Like, with work or with advancing my career or, whatever the case may be, because there's roadblocks everywhere now. More so, I think. But it's about, what are we going to do when those things happen? And we need things that we can identify that we can control. Okay, I can control my intake. I can control how much energy I'm putting into working out. I can control, my workouts, my cleanliness of the house. I mean, just focusing on that and focusing on the journey of that gives us power, in a time when everything seems to be like we have no control, no power whatsoever, kind of thing. And so that's part of it too. Is just like, hey, let's focus on things we can control and have goals within them, and we can still have a good life. We can still have and help as many people along the way,
Yeah.
I actually have a secret goal of mine that I've been chewing on. I haven't even shared it with you yet.
Big reveal.
Big reveal. Yes, exactly.
Maybe. I meant if you were going to share it. Sorry.
No, I am. I'm sad to say I don't remember his name. There was a guy who popped up on Instagram. Anyways, he's just a workout guy. But what he started doing was he started to invite people in his neighborhood, guys in his neighborhood. Hey, let's go do a WOD, so to speak, outside.
Yeah.
Outside, and they'll just. I think they just started doing it once a week, and now they're like 30 people strong. These once a week of these guys that are just trying to transform their lives. You're trying to look for them, aren't you? You know what? You'll probably say who it is, and I won't recognize it.
Is it Jason Khalipa?
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah, big CrossFit guy.
Yeah, and so I mean, I love that. So shout out to him. I love that because he was just like, hey, you guys, let's just meet at this place, and I'll bring some sandbags and other things, and we'll just work it out. And so it's it's kind of a secret desire of mine, even in my own neighborhood, because I live in a big neighborhood. and just even to go door to door and be like, hey, we're going to do this once a week or something like that to get started. And I don't have the gear, but I have the desire to like, hey, let's not do this alone. Let's you know,
Yeah.
grind together.
Everyone's got bodies to do body weight stuff, Everyone could walk.
Well,
You can always post in the neighborhood.
you just somebody that's unfortunately in a wheelchair is going to be like, you asshole.
Yeah, I'm the asshole. I'm not saying you're the asshole, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, you could always. I feel like there's probably a community board and be like, hey,
Yep.
Tuesday nights, everyone's doing a walk around the neighborhood.
There are things in place, whether it be the community board or like we've got an online thing. I think that there's no reason you couldn't get that information out there. And if one person shows up, awesome, let's do it. And it's not like I'm some like I'm not a CrossFitter, but I can still do certain things, and so it's not like hey,
so can everyone else.
Humiliate you or anybody else. It's more, hey, let's do this together, let's grind together, let's journey together, kind of thing. So,
well, it's infectious too because like the community side that we talk about. After our CrossFit gym closed last year, at the beginning of last summer, our CrossFit class we still met. But we met in the park with kettlebells, with sandbags, with running, throwing things around, and so many people would walk by and be like, "Who are you guys with? What are you guys doing? Like, can we join?" And we got random people to join. Like, yeah, absolutely, we're here almost every night at 7, nice. And come do what you want. And we had a lot of people join, which was really cool. So yeah, that it's people want to do stuff together, and it helps to do it all together. Yeah. So I'm stoked for that project. That I hope you go do something with that.
Yeah, in your neighborhood. Yeah, absolutely. Because I can easily. Case in point, if I didn't have you 3 years ago, and if
I didn't have you,
it would that wouldn't happen. I wouldn't stay motivated. I mean, even after Moab, we did Moab, it was just like, oh, okay, now we're moving on, and got to refocus, and it helps when you have people around you heading in the same direction.
Yeah, well, and I want to commend you on, because I haven't been able to like hit the gym quite yet. I'm going to start doing I've been walking a lot since I broke this, but I haven't been able to do like. I have been avoiding doing zone 2 stuff until I like this all gets healed. This like the actual stitches and whatnot. But you still been hitting workouts. Like I get notified when you're riding on Zwift, and I'm like, oh, good for him. You haven't had to like, hey, dude, make me work out today, or maybe you've needed it and you haven't reached out. I don't know, but I'm just saying you have been pushing through when I haven't. Or I have in a different way been pushing through. Just it's not the same as before. Well, we have to adjust.
To be fair to you, you're waiting to have your first therapy session to even see what. Because I like your approach, because you're like I'm going to push myself, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it the right way, the best way, so this can still heal, but also I can still grow, kind of thing like that. So kudos to you. Like. You're not being lazy. You're not being like, waiting for, I feel better or this heals up more. It's like, no, you're getting professional opinion to help you with that. So, yeah. So right back
thanks,
at
bro.
it. And actually, walking, like, as you've stated, walking is huge. It's a fat burner. So it's not like you're idle. You could easily be sitting on the couch, popping Percocets all day.
Instead, I'm popping Percocets on the road. Walking.
Yeah, exactly, man. What a trip! Whoa, this world is awesome out here. I didn't know the sky was taupe.
I don't know what you're popping, but
hey, Percocet, man. I've had Percocet before.
Yeah, right.
I took one, and I was like, oh no, can't do it, man. This is
I tried to avoid it, but it hurts too much without. But the day after surgery, I went on a 2.5 mile walk, and it was great. Like I walked around. our beautiful lake, and that actually is really beautiful right now and full, very full. And
I know what lake you talk about.
yes, and
It's not beautiful.
I was just grateful for life. I was grateful for what I have, where I live, um, and I would not have been able to have that mindset without the principles that we have been practicing the last couple of years. So I appreciate you in this journey with me, and guys, join this journey with us. It's so freaking worth
Guys,
it.
gals.
You will be so proud. It's just like the climb. It sucks, but once you get to the top, you're really proud of yourself, and then it gets easier and easier and easier the more that we do this. And we're talking 21 days of making habits, and like, yeah, you have some offsets, but you have us, we have you to be able to like keep moving and keep going. So really stoked for this next phase, our next countdown that we're going to be working on together. And we're really excited to hear about your guys' goals and countdowns too that you could do with us.
Yeah, and share them. Like, I mean, we'd love to engage. Just share them on the socials that we're on. Share what you're doing, or instant message us, or whatever. If you want to keep it private, whatever. Just let's do this. Let's do it together. We're stronger together than we are separate.
Don't keep it private. Make it public. You know, I've hidden behind privacy for so long. I'm like, well, if I fail, no one knows about it, or I can keep a toe out. Just dive in. But yes, if you want to just message us, you can.
Here's the challenge, but if you don't want to be challenged, still.
Well, that's okay. Don't do nothing. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying all or nothing. I'm just saying, like, if you wanna commit, dive in.
Yeah. You know, honestly,
let's go.
Like the circles we've been around that we've found that work for us, and we'll end it on this, but your CrossFit crew, my online crew, kindest people. Like, I've seen posts of people that will show their month to month, before and afters as you go along in a challenge or whatever. And I mean, they're very vulnerable, showing their bodies and stuff like that. But these groups have created such a kindness and such a, anytime somebody does, it's like right on. Like, I see those results, or even keep grinding, but it's never like shaming, body shaming, or whatever. And we're like that. We've adopted that because we believe in that. That's what has helped us, to where if somebody was just like, hey, here's my goals, I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's figure it out. Let's talk it out to figure out what works best. And, along with encouragement, along with keep grinding, all that stuff like that. So, put yourself out there.
Cool.
Give it a try.
Yep. Let's go.
Well, bro, I'm glad to be on this journey with you, this next countdown. Next week, we will work on breaking that down a little bit more into episodes that we want to talk about. If anybody has a suggestion on an episode, give us a shout out, and we'll go from there. So,
even if you want to hear our viewpoint about something that you're chewing on, we could talk about it. We could either talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
We can message about back and forth because we have opinions. It's not always correct, but it's sound in experience.
Yeah. Well, and we're humble
enough, rooted in experience.
Yeah, we're humble enough too to be like, oh, that was, yeah. Oh,
that we don't have no idea.
Yeah.
Or that'll be a great goal for us to look into and work on ourselves.
Exactly. Don't talk to me about nutrition. I'm horrible at it. Those types of things. So,
yeah.
Awesome, man.
Or anyway, yeah. So
save that for next time.
There you go.
Hey, I appreciate you,
bro.
I appreciate you guys as the listeners. Really love being on this journey with my brother and anybody else, and I'm just thankful. So,
yeah, thankful for you too, man. I'm gonna go do something cool and fun and be excited about it. So,
see, to me, that's like taking a nap. So,
why'd you say those words? That does sound nice. So, anyway, all right, love you, dude.